Hey Taurus Gemini, welcome into your Leo season tarot reading here at Cusp of Roses. My name is Gabrielle. For anybody new here, excuse my pupper in the back, y'all. Okay, it is Paw Patrol time. I ain't getting in the middle of it, all right? So, I thank you for tuning in here. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are a channel member or a Patreon member tuning in, special shout out to y'all. I love you so very much, and I thank you for your love and support. Okay, we are going to try to channel through the barking, okay? Bear with me, y'all. All right, Divine Universe, show me here what's going on with Taurus Geminis for Leo season. Thank you. Thank you for clearing my energy. Show me what is going on here. You got the star energy first and foremost right out the gate. Okay, so this is a season of you holding on to hope while also letting go. Taurus Gemini. Also cleansing yourself. Okay, maybe there's a need to spiritually cleanse this season. Clarify. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe you've been working hard on that already. But it kind of feels like you need to purify to focus. So I don't know if like a detox might be nice, needed or necessary for you. A lot of focus coming off of that Eight of Pentacles. Emperor energy that almost wanted to flip out here, okay? Clarify the star with the Eight of Pentacles. Thank you, the Six of Cups. Yeah. Maybe you've been a little too focused on the past, okay? A little too nostalgic for something. Okay, and I'm gonna say that maybe no longer exists. What's that about? Clarify here, Spirit. Star, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups for Leo season. Taurus Gemini energy, thank you. Okay, Three of Cups, yeah. Good times, good memories, lighthearted energy. I just heard when you didn't have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Maybe you're nostalgic for that time or that part or that season of your life when you could just focus on fun. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, but things are different. You're holding on to it though. Now here's the tricky part with that though, because you might be neglecting the abundance that you have in this moment. You know, sometimes it's a blessing to have a lot on your plate. You know, it's a blessing to have to manage a lot or have to focus on a lot or to deal with a lot. I just heard I prayed for times like this. Yeah, like, I get it though. I get it though. Maybe it was a little too much. Simpler. It's something about it being complex. Like something missing simpler times. Okay, now we are in Mercury retrograde, so maybe that's just a part of the reflection that you're going through, that we're all going through. Clarify Three of Cups with the Four of Pentacles. Thank you. Four of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. It almost feels like, by the way that you're looking on it, not that this is truth, but from your point of view, what you have now isn't filling the need. It still seems like there's a lot of lack, although you maybe have more than you once did. It's like it's not scratching that itch. I don't know what that means, but it's like there's something you're longing for or yearning for that hasn't been fulfilled. That's very normal, very natural, very human, right? We think we want certain things. We think it's going to fill us up or check off these boxes or make us happy. And then we get there and it does none of that. So now it's like, well, now what do I do? Now where do I go to get that fulfillment? That's what you're looking for in this season, or that's what at least is at the forefront. What ways am I being fulfilled? Which ways am I not? What am I ready to let go? What do I feel like I still want to work on or still hold on to? Yeah, that's that Eight of Pentacles. Clarify. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Knight of Cups. It seems like your heart, there's a lot of water energy here. Like you're looking for some sort of freedom. Maybe you feel tied down or tied up or caught up emotionally. Clarify. What's this Knight of Cups about for Taurus, Gemini? The Seven of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles coming out together. Okay. There once was a time, I feel like I'm about to tell you a story. There once was a time here, Taurus, Gemini, where you were free to roam and do as you please. And you didn't have to put a guard up. You didn't have to kind of be on lookout. You didn't have to second guess everything. That's what I think you're seeking or you're longing for or missing or very nostalgic about. Times where you didn't have to think twice about what you were doing. You were just feeling, you were just going with it. Okay, and I feel like starting off with the Star, Spirit might be saying you can kind of recapture that energy, but in a new way. Okay, tell me about that. Tell me more about the Star here, Spirit, for Taurus, Gemini during Leo season. Thank you. The World, yeah. But that's what I was kind of getting. Something that, like, that world doesn't exist anymore. So maybe it's just been a little difficult to adjust to this new world energy we're all under or kind of dealing with. Very nostalgic for simpler times, but now things are a bit more complex. There's a lot more players in the game, is what I just heard. Players in the game. Or, you know, Eight of Pentacles, a lot more responsibility. Okay, clarify the Eight of Pentacles here with the World. Thank you. Got the King of Swords. Yeah, a lot more decisions to be made, a lot more to consider. Yeah, a lot on the plate. And that could be a little heavy in this season. Because Leo season, we're all centered in the heart at this time, or the heart chakra is really active around this time. And it feels like your heart wants to play, but it can't, or not in the ways that it used to, or not in the ways that's familiar to the heart. And something about that feels like a burden. Clarify the Six of Cups with the King of Swords. Thank you. Yeah, Two of Cups. I mean, that's real. Maybe there is a lot of responsibility on your plate right now, Taurus, Gemini, and there is a part of you, not that you don't care for or you don't love what you have responsibility over, you know, not that you're ungrateful for it, but there is this kind of, I remember when it was just me or something like that. Like when all I had to think about was the 2 cups in my hand. Now I have 6 of these cups. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Clarify 3 of Cups with the 2 of Cups here for Taurus, Gemini. 3 of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. I think you could be running the risk here, Taurus, Gemini, of being trapped in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Okay. Not much you can do in that energy. Shoulda did this, woulda did that, could have done that, but you're where you are, right? But I know that that's hard, especially under like a Mercury retrograde. So maybe you just need to let yourself kind of move through that, be in that energy, because it'll pass. It'll pass. And it's okay to be honest about what still lacks in your life. It doesn't mean that you're not grateful for what is. It just means that there's still a need that hasn't been met. And maybe that's just what you have to admit to yourself. Don't run away from that truth. Okay, clarify the 4 of Pentacles with the 3 of Swords here. Thank you. Yeah, the Lovers. Maybe this is just a part of you that's wishing you made better choices or different choices. More choices that were a little bit more self-centered or love-centered or healthy for you. It's kind of like maybe there were a lot of decisions made here when you didn't really know yourself, Taurus, Gemini. But now that you're getting to know yourself, it's like, ooh, none of that was like really in alignment with who I am. But it's here, right? Okay. Clarify the Four of Cups with the Lovers. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, Judgment. I mean, that's just a part of it. That's just a part of it. Spirit's calling Judgment, or you're calling Judgment. There's a lot of clarity maybe coming through for you in Leo season. And again, I think it's absolutely fair to say, had I known who I was, or maybe spent a little bit more time with me, or maybe didn't rush into making that choice and decision, things would be different. Or I might have chose different for myself. We all, that is very, again, very human, very normal, very natural. Don't judge yourself for that feeling. Because again, it almost feels like you don't want to be ungrateful. You're kind of teetering on that line of like, I'm not going to speak about it. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to come off a certain way. But I think what's most important for you, Taurus, Gemini, in this season of Leo is being honest with yourself. And that comes from the heart space. Again, it's a season of the heart chakra. Neglecting the heart isn't going to do you any good. Listening to the heart, considering what your heart really feels, what it's trying to tell you, embracing that, accepting that, no matter how great or how dark it might be, whatever, no matter the tone, it's something in the heart that needs to be acknowledged. Because I absolutely think it's okay to say, yeah, had I known what I know now, I would have made different choices. Who doesn't go through that? Do you know what I mean? You're not alone in that, Taurus, Gemini. But you don't want to stay there because what's done is done. And so now you got to deal with what is rather than what you wish or hoped would be. And maybe that's what you're struggling with or battling with in this season, wishes and hopes, idolizing or ideation, kind of in this dream perfect world, ideal world, this would be there and I would be doing this and that. It's like, that's all wonderful. And again, but I wouldn't get caught there. Don't stay there for too long, because you run the risk of neglecting what actually is, what your reality is. And that needs attention, because that keeps coming through. So it needs attention. Okay. Ooh. But being honest with yourself is the first step here. Clarify. Knight of Cups with Judgment. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, you got the Page of Swords, Strength, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. The Hierophant, right. Which is your energy. The Sun, exactly. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, had I known better, Page of Swords, I would have restrained or refrained or held back from making these different choices, or I wouldn't have did this, I would have did that, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, okay? Because maybe from hindsight, you might feel like you would be set up differently or experiencing things differently. Maybe it's like I would be further along had I started earlier, like that kind of a thing you might be dealing with. But again, you got to work with where you are now. Okay? Don't get too caught up in the past. Don't live too much in the future. Be present as much as possible, because that's where your joy, that's where your happiness, that's where the light, that's where the love lives. All right? And again, you're not alone. Don't judge yourself for feeling that way. We all feel that way, and everybody does, okay? But it's a part of life. Like, you got to learn. Some things you don't know until you know it, until you go through it, until you make a certain choice to go, ooh, should have did the other way, okay? So don't get too caught up on that, because I feel like you might be really tempted to kind of wallow or lick wounds in this season, and that might not be the best use of your energy right now. Yeah, the Empress. Yeah. Right, of course. Had you known what you know now, you would have loved yourself more. You would have acted out of love in new ways. Like, of course. Of course. But you didn't know. Or you weren't aware. And that's okay. 7 of Wands with the Empress here, Spirit. Thank you for Taurus, Gemini during Leo season. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, just work from where you are, Taurus, Gemini. That's all you can really do. It's just work from where you are. And maybe start making those choices and decisions now, right? It's never too late for that. It's never too late to start loving yourself in new ways. It's never too late to start making healthy choices. It's never, ever, 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 ever too late. It might not yield you the same options, or you know what I'm saying? Like, but any act, decision, choice made out of love is always going to be a good one. Okay? It's always going to come back to you in the right way. Five of Cups. Yeah. So what I will say is this could be a very cathartic season for you. Maybe there's a lot of emotional releasing that you're kind of geared up to do here, Taurus, Gemini. And just because you didn't know then, and you know, whatever happened in the past happened, it doesn't mean that you can't have a good future or that things can't turn around, right? You always got that Wheel of Fortune that can always come in and pivot you and shift you. Maybe that's what you're hoping for. Clarify the Star of the World. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. We've got the Queen of Cups. Ooh, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Right. I think responsibility is always going to be a big theme, especially if you have Taurus and Gemini in your chart, but mainly Taurus, okay? And that could be a big part of this. Having to manage and deal with your responsibilities. Clarify the Star in the World. Can I just get one here, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah. Now you see things a little differently. Now you're enlightened, and that's okay. When you're in that Hangman, of course, you're going to go through that shoulda, coulda, woulda. Dang. Didn't see that. I didn't look at that the right way. Had I known this, I would have done that. I would have did different. Let yourself go through that, though, Taurus, Gemini. Again, I just think don't stay there. It's okay to acknowledge that. It's okay to feel your way through that. But don't live there. Don't stay there. Okay, what's the enlightenment here? Eight of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Hangman. Thank you, the Tower, the Six of Swords. Right. Yeah. I think there were maybe a few towers that you could have avoided, right? But again, we all got to learn in the ways that we're prone to. Okay. I do think for somebody out there, it's like it's hitting. The decisions and the choices are hitting. It's like, oh, okay. I don't know if it was as serious maybe back when you were making the choices and decisions as it is now. Like sometimes we do things and we don't think it's going to impact us until it does. And I feel like that might be the moment I'm catching you in here, okay? Clarify the Three of Cups, Three of Swords, Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Six of Swords. Thank you. Nine of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Swords. Yeah, in reverse. I feel like you maybe didn't know how important. I keep hearing getting to know yourself, knowing yourself. Maybe a situation where you really haven't had a lot of time to yourself. So it's hard to be clear on who you are because there's always other influences around you. Okay? You know that saying where they say you become the 5 people you spend the most time with? That could kind of play into this. Clarify Three of Cups with the Three of Swords. Thank you. Six of Swords. Ten of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups. Yeah. But you know, I think what you're feeling is more emotional energy than anything. Emotions aren't facts. Not really anything fully factual. Like, yeah, that could be true. Maybe life would have been different. But, you know, one thing, therapy, okay? Maybe this is something you might want to work through if you are speaking through a therapist, okay? But one thing that really, really helped with that kind of energy is telling yourself that, you know, the highest good happened. Because it's easy to say that the grass is greener on the other side. It's easy to say, had I done this, I would have did it. But you don't really know that for sure because it didn't happen. So who's to say that making that choice that you think you should have made would have led to a better outcome? Sitting in that energy can rob a lot from you. So when you get that kind of feeling or that kind of nostalgia or that kind of shoulda, coulda, woulda energy popping up, you got to tell your mind that the best happened. Highest good for all involved happened. That's what you're living out right now. And that's a good way to kind of relieve the mind of staying stuck in replaying the past and all the different ways that it could have worked out. But again, you do not know. All you know is what is and what has actually happened. And that's where you might just want to reground to, okay? Can I just get one for the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords? Thank you. Yeah. Knight of Wands here, upright. It's also, too, like, I wish I could go back and just enjoy those moments a little bit more. Slow down and really soak something in. And again, very normal, very natural. So maybe that's just the season for you, Taurus-Gemini. And maybe there's a real deep part of you that just needs to grieve what didn't happen without judgment. Because I think there's a part of you that's saying, I shouldn't be sad about that. I shouldn't feel this way. And that's a block. If you feel that way, you feel that way. You don't have to feel that way forever, but you need to acknowledge what you feel. Again, Leo season, it's about the heart. So let the heart speak to you and tell you what it feels and give it a safe space to express itself. Okay, with that Gemini energy, some of you, I always kind of get that. Some of y'all are writers, or you might just need to write it out or journal if that's what you like to do. Something about getting the words or getting the feelings out on paper, or maybe in a notes app on a phone, okay? Or just seeing it visually can help you clear it and cleanse it a little bit better. Okay, clarify the Four of Pentacles with the Lovers. Thank you. Death, yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Whatever has happened has transformed you in the ways that you needed. Has presented things that needed to happen. Meant to happen, maybe even. And the more you make peace with that, Taurus-Gemini, the less stuck you're going to feel. Okay, so maybe this is a season of making peace with the heart. Because maybe some of the choices and decisions went against what you actually wanted. And that kind of self-betrayal can be a lot to recover from. Yeah, okay. I think that's probably the bigger part of it. It's looking back at moments where you betrayed yourself. And we've all done it. Nobody lives in this world and hasn't done that, okay? But again, the bright side, the hope piece of that star energy is that it's never too late to start honoring yourself, honoring your heart, honoring your mind, honoring your needs. It's never too late to start doing that. And practice makes perfect, okay? It's progress really over perfection. But if you really are looking to see some sort of change in your life, that's where you got to start, Taurus-Gemini. You got to start in the heart. And that's the Eight of Wands. Okay, yeah, come on now. That's what's going to get you to the Ten of Cups. That's what's going to get the heart, body, the emotional body in alignment and in harmony with all the abundance that I do feel you have. So again, it's like I don't think you lack. But maybe by starting in your heart space, you'll be able to kind of see a little bit clearly what you need or what needs aren't being met, so that you can experience the fullness of that Ten of Cups. Okay. But yeah, maybe you're getting a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of messages from the divine, from source. Okay. And you got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Nothing that, again, I think you weren't aware of. There's no new news. Ooh, that was a struggle for my little mouth over here. No new news. Like, this isn't new. Maybe you've kind of always known, but again, you're going to hear me say this through all the readings if you listen to more than one. This is a season of getting everything that was swept under the rug out in the open. To clean, to cleanse, to purge, to throw away, to let it go. Okay? Yeah, and look, you got the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune right behind it with Justice. Exactly. Like I said, that Wheel of Fortune isn't too far away from you. It's not too late to change. It's not too late to shift. But if you feel that call, start doing it. There's nothing left to do but just do. Just act from that space, okay? Yeah, you got the Seven of Cups. You want me to put that back? Five of Wands with the Moon, yeah. Why the Seven of Cups? The Chariot, right? Yeah, like I said, it's never too late to move and start acting in alignment with what you know you need, what you know is good and right for you. Now that you know yourself a little bit more. Okay. Maybe there were a lot of choices made from a space of not really knowing what you wanted. So you were just like shooting in the dark, kind of. And that's okay. Sometimes you gotta, sometimes it has to be like that. Sometimes that's how you gotta learn. That's how you gotta figure it out. Seven of Wands, Three of Pentacles here. Yeah, Seven of Swords. I think you've learned a lot of lessons here, Taurus-Gemini, and it's about time for you to start applying those lessons to your daily life, to your present life, your current life. Again, all that you have, now you've seen the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. But I think what, again, could be gripping you is this fear. Really, I feel like the fear of change. Maybe as much as you want something different, going about making those changes is the scariest part of all of this. Okay, now you do have a Tower out here. So if it needs to shift, it will. But honestly, I wouldn't wait for the universe to do it, especially if you have the power to make those changes now. I do feel this spirit like of disappointment. And again, I think you just have to let yourself feel through that. Know that feelings aren't facts, but they do point you to truth. Okay? They do. And I do think a lot of this is, I thought this was aligned for me, but it wasn't. And so now, how do I correct that? Some of you might fear it's too late, but again, I feel like I have to keep saying it. It's never too late to make a change. Because you do have an Ace of Pentacles here. So again, if that's what you're calling in, it's available to you. But Pentacle energy definitely needs action. It needs action. All right, here, Spirit. Can you show me then what signs, situations, synchronicities are showing up here for Taurus, Geminis in Leo season? What What signs, synchronicities, situations are you bringing Taurus-Gemini through in this season? What does that look like? The rainbow, right out the gate. Kind of in reverse. Yeah, I think having to make peace with the things that you can change and the things that you can't could be the biggest energy for you in Leo season. Clarify. What's going on here? What are the signs, synchronicity, situations that you're bringing Taurus-Gemini through? Forest, yeah. I think you got to leave a little bit more room for the unknown. Okay? Beating yourself up for what you think you should have known isn't going to get you far. Okay? Know that when you're in that forest, it's kind of, you got to figure it out as you take the step, one step at a time. You're not meant to know what's up ahead. You just got to trust and know that you can manage, or you can deal, or, you know, you'll be able to do what you need to do to get through it. Yeah. And you got the goat and the crow. Yeah. You've definitely had some challenging mountains to climb here, Taurus-Gemini. But it's so that you can learn. It's so that you can gain the wisdom. Taurus-Gemini, you're that Hierophant energy. It's your archetype. Okay? You incarnated in that energy. Here's the rainbow out again. Because you're meant to gain a lot of wisdom in this lifetime. And this is a part of it. Challenge, hardship is a part of all of that. Okay, and you also got the moon at the bottom. And the panther. Yeah, this is a part of your path. Okay, and that's another nod to no longer sweeping things under the rug. Okay. Allowing it all to be seen. Allowing yourself to see the truth of what you feel. Because again, I think you're like avoiding feeling certain things because it feels a little icky to think that way or express that emotion. Because I think some of y'all are worried about how it's going to come off. Or, yeah, it's like you're trying to tote that line of not being ungrateful. But it's okay. It's like Spirit knows your heart. Just because you say, oh, yeah, I wish I would have done different things, doesn't mean that you're not grateful for what you have. Okay, so maybe that's what you got to let go of. Clarify here. Thank you. Got the elephant, yeah. Lord Ganesh showing up here. Something about obstacles making you stronger. This is about your strength, Taurus-Gemini. It feels like Spirit wants to reveal your power to you. Yeah, there's a lot of the collective that's in that season, but you just got to pay attention to it. It's about having the right point of view, the right outlook. Okay, looking at it from a higher lens. Yeah, the star on the third eye here, on the panther and the elephant. Those could be spirit animals for you. They might show up for you in this season. Elephants also are about memory, right? That's what I mean. It's the nostalgia. It's the memory. It's kind of holding on to it. Also, what I want to say here, Taurus-Gemini, don't over-punish yourself. Like, some of y'all are kind of caught in that. Beating yourself up for what has happened. But it's like you can't necessarily do anything about it. The only option you really have is to embrace it. But judging yourself harshly for it, punishing yourself for it, like, and that happens in a multitude of ways. Self-sabotage, neglecting your health, your wellness, like life in general. Because it's like you're trying to run away from it. And Spirit's trying to get you to just sit in it. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you. Okay? You also have a lot of angelic energy around you with the feather. Okay? You might find a feather here. Pay attention to what's around you when you see that feather or you come across that feather. Some of y'all maybe need to go walk out in nature. Yeah, and then you got the monkey. This is about luck and abundance. Okay? This is like something that you prayed for, honestly. You prayed for wisdom, you prayed for knowledge, you prayed for peace, or whatever this was, or luck, abundance, growth. It's going to take challenge sometimes. Like, it's going to be a mountain to climb. It's like this is what you wanted, and to a certain degree. But I definitely feel like you have support for this climb that you might be doing. Okay, yeah, you got to learn how to pour and take care into yourself. With the fountain here, clarify. What other guidance do you have here for Taurus-Gemini in this energy? For Leo season. The owl, yeah. Again, like I said, this is about wisdom. Another star at the third eye. So maybe your third eye chakra, another star here with the third eye at the goat. Your third eye chakra might be the one you might want to tap into here, Taurus-Gemini, to see your current situation properly. Because maybe the way you're looking at it now, it's disconnecting you from the abundance that is present in your life, which then is going to make it more difficult to manifest more of it. If that's what you're holding on to this 4-leaf clover for, you know what I mean? If that's what you're asking for, more overflow, the fountain. Okay. Yeah, I can't get away from the mountain to climb. Yeah. This is, it's a part of your path. Stairs, another thing to climb. But know that no matter the path you're on, no matter the mountain you're looking up at, you will get to the top of it. Okay? You have the support, you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom to do so. It's just about knowing when you're getting in your own way. Okay? I feel like this elephant energy is also coming to clear out a path. Like a path is being cleared, maybe even with this mountain. Maybe it was really foggy at one point, but now those clouds are disappearing, or the fog is dissipating. And you'll better understand how this is the path for you. Like, something in whatever you're in right now was meant to be, or was fated based off your choices and decisions. Okay? So dealing with fate can sometimes be a little difficult as well. But it's nothing that is here to harm you. It's only here to grow you. Yeah. The crossroad at the bottom, like I said, no matter which way you go, no path is going to not have obstacles on it, or not have challenges, or be the easier road. It's just about what feels in alignment with you in that moment. And you got to forgive yourself for maybe at certain crossroads not choosing what was actually in alignment with you. Going against the heart, going against your intuition, going against the mind, going against the signs. Again, you're not alone in that. We all do it. But you got to forgive yourself and start making those right aligned choices from here on out. Okay? Can't do anything about the past. All you can do is live from the present, my love. Alrighty, I really do hope that this message serves you well throughout Leo season, Taurus-Gemini. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you've made it this far, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the memberships here on the channel and over on Patreon for bonus reading and content. And I will see you all in our next one. Alright? Namaste.